time for another episode of Easter Fun with me. I'm Pastor Becky, and I'm so glad that you decided to check this out today. So we have been reading this book, Benjamin's Box, and as we've been reading it, we've been doing a couple things. One thing is that we have been opening resurrection eggs that go along with the story, and that's been a lot of fun seeing what's in the egg each time. I think the most important thing, though, and the most fun thing has been how you've been challenged to collect special treasures in your home so that you can then tell the Easter story in your own words. I know here at the Ridman home, we have had a lot of fun seeing what Ellie and Cody are coming up with as they hear the story and then run off somewhere in the house to find something that reminds them of that story. And we're having fun in the middle of a story that has hard parts to listen to as well as amazing parts to listen to too. And the last time we read the story, Jesus was on the cross. And so we're going to pick up with what happened after that. Benjamin watched as soldiers gambled for Jesus's clothes. He tried to shut his ears to hear their cruel remarks. Finally, he forced himself to look up. Benjamin looked into Jesus' eyes and saw such sorrow and pain that it cut to his heart. But he also saw love. And like before, Jesus looked right at Benjamin. Surely this was his way of saying all would be well. Perhaps he would even do a miracle. But instead, the sky turned dark, and Jesus cried out, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." The ground shook, and Jesus breathed his last breath. Benjamin was stunned. Jesus was dead. As if in a dream, Benjamin heard the people move about. He saw a soldier pierce his friend's side with a spear. People hurried to take down crosses and bodies before the Sabbath began. Soon they were gone, and he was alone. He picked up a stone the soldiers had gambled with and looked up at the dark sky. Why had God allowed this? Later that night, he opened his treasure box and placed his new treasures inside. He looked at his collection. It had seemed so valuable when he believed Jesus was the king, but now these strange items only filled him with unbearable sadness. Wow. What would it have been like to have been there? To have witnessed everything that Benjamin's story is talking about? What would it have been like to have seen Jesus on the cross? To wait, expecting him to take himself off of the cross? What would it have been like to have then realized, oh, wow, he's gonna die? And then to hear him say, God, into your hands I commit my spirit, and then breathe his last. What would that have been like? What would have been going through your mind? I know I would have felt sorry. I would have been really, really sad, and I'm sure pretty scared and confused. Wow. Benjamin and his story brings up a lot of thoughts, doesn't it? But the interesting thing, the difference between Benjamin and us is we know what ends up happening, don't we? It is good for us, though, to sit and to think about the fact that Jesus died for us. Wow. So as you read this story today, and as I say this now, what are some things in your house that you are going to add to your treasure collection that will remind you of Jesus dying on the cross? Now it's time to open up our eggs. Are you excited? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's look for the light green egg. I found it. Huh. sounds like something hard. I wonder what it is. Oh, look. I bet you have lots of these in your house as you've been playing games. How was this used in our Easter story? Next, it's time for our purple egg. Where is our purple egg? Yep. Huh. Oh, look at that. It's a spear. Oh my. How does a spear remind you of part of the Easter story?